regular meeting. I would like to call the meeting to order. The time is 7:02. Mr. Daniel, would you please call the roll?
Curtis? Here. Mrs. Davis?
Here.
Mrs. DeFabio?
Here.
Mr. Culver? Here. Mrs. Gordon?
Here. We are all present. Please stand for the pledge.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have one change to the agenda to remove the item number G1, resignation of Yolanda Jackson. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
So moved by Mr. Curtis. Do I have a second? Second. Okay, thank you. Mr. Dale, would you call the roll for the approval of items?
Mr. Curtis? Yes. Mrs. DeFabio?
Yes.
Mr. Culver? Yes. Mrs. Gordon?
Yes.
Mrs. Davis?
Yes. All right, that passes 5-0. And on to my president's report. Good evening, my name is Tina Davis, and I'm honored to serve as board president. Welcome to all those in attendance here and those watching online. As the new year rings in, I want to welcome back the staff and students who are on campus, and I'm sure it's great to see everyone's faces, whether that's virtually or in person. We are now beginning a new grading period full of new and exciting opportunities for learning and growing. With our seniors, you all especially have a world of opportunities ahead of you. You're now starting to get the college acceptance letters. They're starting to come in. New work and career opportunities are ahead of you and just around the corner. And I'm sure some of you will decide to honestly serve our nation as well. As the second half of the school year begins, it's time you finish strong, and we're all proud of what you've done, what you've accomplished despite all the challenges you're facing. And the finish line, the end of the chapter is near. And speaking of change, challenges, and opportunities, today we welcome a new president and vice president to serve our country. And for many, this is a very exciting time filled with hope. And for others, it may bring feelings of upset and uncertainty. But regardless of where you stand politically or where you stand now on the issue regarding these COVID vaccines that were being offered, we need to stand together as a community and as a school district to support and care for each other the way we always have done. And this week we also celebrated Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday, and I was looking through different quotes that I wanted to reflect on. There's a lot of great words he's had, but I saw something pop up in one of my memories, and I came across this today, or the other day, one I thought was a good one regarding education. And in his words, the function of education, therefore, is to teach one to think intensively and to think critically. We must remember that intelligence is not enough. Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education. So thank you for all our parents and staff and those who support our, all our students and our kids. And just keeping in mind that character counts. This concludes my president's report for today. Ms. Powell.
Good evening, Mrs. Davis, members of the Board of Education, community members, and those joining us virtually this evening. This evening, we are pleased to recognize some amazing students and school highlights from Samuel Bissell Elementary School and R.B. Chamberlain Middle School. However, before we get to these wonderful folks, I have a few things to share with everyone. It's appropriate that January is School Board Recognition Month. Board members serve with the best interests of students at heart. School board members need to be knowledgeable about many complex educational and societal issues. To face these demands, school board members give countless hours of their personal time. Through their dedicated and responsible endeavors, school board members serve the public interest in public education. They ensure that decisions about public schools are made as close to the needs of our community as possible. Their public service is an excellent example for old and young alike of the tradition of volunteerism that is a hallmark of American society. Our school board members make a difference for our students. This year's theme for School Board Appreciation Month is Building the Future of Public Education, and we know that our Board of Education is the foundation upon which our programs are built that support our more than 4,100 students. This evening, we have a very special program to share with you. So I'd like to ask Mr. Scott Winter from Samuel Bissell Elementary School and Mr. Jim Reese from R.B. Chamberlain Middle School, please come forward as they are hosting this virtual program on behalf of all of our students and our administrative team, as well as our classified and certificated staff members.
Hi, this was clear.
Governor DeWine has issued a proclamation recognizing January 2021 as School Board Recognition Month. Wilcox, Bissell, Dodge, RBC, and THS would all like to recognize the Twinsburg Board of Education for their hard work and dedication as they build the future of public education right here in Twinsburg, Ohio. We are excited to present each member of the Twinsburg School Board their personal building block that represents their work in the building of our educational foundation. Mr. Curtis has been a resident of Twinsburg since 2004. He has 28 plus years of experience in higher and in public education. Currently the Director of Data and Technology at a local school district, he also serves on the Ohio Department of Education School Improvement Diagnostic Team. Mr. Curtis previously served as Twinsburg City School District Representative on the Cuyahoga Valley Career Center Board of Education, and he currently serves as a member of the School Board Association's newly formed Diversity Equity Committee. He is also the board's legislative liaison. Mr. Curtis received his BA from Otterbein University and his MA from Hiram College. Married, he and his wife Diane have a daughter who is a 2012 Twinsburg graduate and a son who attends Twinsburg High School. Mr. Curtis continues to be a staunch supporter of public education and is heavily involved in the athletic programs, as well as ensuring that our district keeps diversity and inclusion as the forefront of our mission.
It's my pleasure to announce our next building block of education, Mr. Felber. Mr. Felber is a 24-year resident of Twinsburg. He is the president of Felber Public Relations and Marketing in Twinsburg. He puts his marketing background to good use as the public information officer for the Hillcrest Technical Rescue Team, where he also serves as a firefighter and paramedic. Mr. Felber received his BS in education from Kent State University. Married, he and his wife Cheryl have twin daughters. Mr. Felber has been heavily involved in the creation and implementation of the Academy at Twinsburg High School, providing insight related to business and branding.
Mrs. Davis is a 17-year resident of Twinsburg. A former teacher, she received her BS in elementary education from the University of Akron, has been an active volunteer in the church, the schools, and the community, and remains dedicated to advocating for the students of Twinsburg. Tina works as a patient service specialist at the Cleveland Clinic. Married, she and her husband Brian have 3 children. Mrs. Davis is very visible in the school community, attending games, productions, and events so that she can further communicate the great achievements of the Twinsburg City School District.
I have the honor of introducing Mrs. DeFabio. Mrs. DeFabio has lived in Twinsburg City School District for 14 years and resides with her husband and 2 daughters in Twinsburg Township. She has 20-plus years serving as a vascular specialist, clinical instructor, and works at University Hospital of Cleveland. When not taking care of her patients, Mrs. Fabio and her husband are helping people sell and buy their dream homes. Mrs. Fabio, in partnership with her husband, are real estate agents with Keller Williams and Greater Cleveland Southwest. Together, they make up a fabulous team. Mrs. Fabio also finds time to give back to the community and schools by volunteering at various events. You can see her at athletic events, music concerts, PTA meetings, whenever and however she can make a difference, she does.
I have the honor of introducing Mrs. Gordon. Mrs. Gordon has been a resident in the district for 17 years. She currently resides in the township with her 2 children and husband. After navigating challenges in both special education and gifted education for the past 13 years, she decided to share her experiences and learnings with younger families in hopes that all have the best possible experience in the school district. Mrs. Gordon is the CEO and co-founder of the management strategy consulting firm Pricing Empowered LLC, specializing in helping mid and large size organizations across the globe identify and maximize the return on their value. She holds a Bachelor's of Science in Biomedical Engineering from Boston University and an MBA in Marketing along with postgraduate studies in both economics and finance from Western New England University. The newest member of the board, Mrs. Gordon is committed to ensuring fiscal responsibility, curricular integrity, and a determination to make sure every student has the opportunity to be successful. Finally, we have one last block, and it is for Mrs. Powers, who as a superintendent is also part of the foundation of building a better public education. Thank you.
On behalf of the administrative team, Mr. Winter and I are going to present you with your commemorative block. Thank you for being the building blocks of education for our community. And also from the video, our administrative team decided we will not be entering any Lego model building contests. So we have a little more practice. Thank you.
Gordon, also your certificates from the last year.
Mr. Reese, were these made on our 3D printers?
No. The cricket machine was used for the letters. So there were some makerspace, issues going on.
My daughter studied education, I know all about the cricket machine.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Winter, and thank you, Mr. Reese. We are very fortunate that we have 5 very dedicated school board members who serve our Twinsburg Board of Education. Thank you for your dedication to our students and to our school community. You make a very positive impact by your work on the board, and we appreciate all that you do. Please join me in congratulating and thanking our Board of Education for their years of service to our school district. Thank you. Board of Education, we are at the beginning of the second semester, as Mrs. Davis already had spoken. Now is a great time to check with your child's teachers about their progress in school thus far this year. If you've not had a chance to schedule a parent-teacher conference and would like to engage your child's teacher in a conversation, please leave a message at your school office or send an email to your child's teacher so that a conference can be scheduled in the near future. The Twinsburg City School District is in search for amazing typical peer models for the Integrated Preschool Program, IPP, as well as young investigators to join our project-based kindergarten preparatory program, KPP, for the 21-21 school year. Both programs are 5-star Step Up to Quality rated programs by the Ohio Department of Education and provide high-quality preschool options to families here in our school district. Parents who are interested should visit the Twinsburg City School District website and then go to the Wilcox Primary School preschool web page to complete the online application and additional information regarding the program. Applications were first available on January 1st and through the district webpage, so don't delay, of course. Applications for the IPP program will be closing on February 15th, and KPP applications will be accepted through March 15th for the 21-22 school year. Scholarship opportunities based on financial need are available to families who qualify for the kindergarten preparatory program, also known as KPP. Additional questions may be directed to Wilcox Primary School. So now it's time to turn our attention to celebrating some outstanding students, and pinch hitting this evening for Mrs. Johnson is our wonderful assistant principal from Samuel Bissell Elementary School, Mr. Scott Peter.
Good evening, Board of Education, Superintendent Powers, all those folks who are here in attendance, both in person and virtually. Hope all of your new years are off to a fantastic start. As we talked about, the second semester is already up and going, and we're off to a fantastic start. I'm looking forward to all of the same as we continue on the remainder of the school year. As Mrs. Powers said, my name is Scott Winter. I'm the assistant principal at Samuel Bissell Elementary School. We're the second and third grade building, but we have taken our show on the road, and we have been enjoying high school this school year. Myself and building principal Mrs. Johnson have prepared a video this evening to recognize our students of the month. And so I'll let Mrs. Farley play that for you. Thank you so much. Hi, it is with great pleasure that I share with you our students of the month for second and third grade at Samuel Bissell Elementary School. The Students of the Month program at Samuel Bissell Elementary School recognizes outstanding student achievement at the second and third grade levels. Focus of this recognition program is on citizenship, academics, social, civic, volunteer, or other accomplishments that set this student apart from their peers. We would like to proudly acknowledge the positive accomplishments of the following students. In second grade, Desire Betts from Mrs. Springer's class. Mrs. Springer writes, I nominate Desire Betts for Student of the Month because of her positive attitude towards her schoolwork, for her extra effort she puts forth daily, and for outstanding behavior. Desire always comes right into school and gets busy immediately. Her classwork is always completed with her best effort. She's always so helpful to all of her classmates and to her teacher. She's kind to everyone. During virtual learning, she always follows directions and participates. Desire is a great role model for how everyone should act. Congratulations, Desire. And from Ms. Benzie's class, Sky Buchanan. She wrote, I would like to nominate Sky Buchanan as Student of the Month. Sky joins our virtual classroom each day with an abundance of energy and is always ready to take on the day. She continuously goes out of her way to show kindness to not only her classmates, but to her teacher as well. She is an extremely hard worker and is always willing to learn from her mistakes. Sky is a true role model student for her peers. I admire her creativity and passion towards others. Keep up the amazing work, Sky. Congratulations. From Mrs. Holliday's class, Asher Davis. I would like to nominate Asher Davis for Student of the Month. Asher is a great citizen. He's a hard-working and motivated student. Asher follows school and classroom rules. His work is completed in a timely manner. Asher always has time for others and is willing to lend a helping hand when needed. He is truly concerned about his fellow classmates. Asher works very hard to always do his best and is an excellent role model for his classmates. He loves to read and is interested in learning as much as possible. All of these qualities are evident on a daily basis. Asher truly deserves to be recognized for all of his accomplishments. Congratulations, Asher. And from Ms. Kauf's class, Anna Petrovitz. Anna is always so kind and helpful to her peers and very hardworking. She always has a smile on her face and is such a great student to have in class. Congratulations, Anna, and congratulations to all of our second grade students of the month. And now here is Mrs. Johnson with our third grade students of the month.
Congratulations to Andrew Whitmer. Andrew is a very motivated student. He is definitely enthusiastic. He participates in class. He works very well independently. He's eager to work with others whenever possible. Has a friendly personality, and he has a great sense of humor. And that is from Mrs. Engler. Congratulations, Andrew. Congratulations to Benjamin Benzine. Benjamin is chosen as student of the month. He's an extremely hard worker. He always puts forth his effort, and he comes to school with a huge smile. He has a great attitude every day. Way to go for keeping up the fabulous work, and that's from Mrs. Rowetter. Congratulations, Benjamin. Congratulations to Dennis George. Dennis is nominated because he attends the virtual academy with a positive attitude. He is very polite. He always greets everyone and he says thank you. He is a very kind person. He participates in class every day. He's a great role model, and that is from Mrs. Lynn Hall. Congratulations, Dennis. Congratulations to Reese Fernando. Reese is one of a kind, her teacher says. She has a very beautiful free spirit. Her academics are important to her, and she strives to reach to her potential. She's very thoughtful, and she is always thinking of others, and her teacher says she's so proud of her, and that's written by Mrs. Lash. Congratulations to Reese. Congratulations to Rickinson. Britton is nominated by her teacher, Ms. Walensky. She shows exemplary behavior every single day. She's consistently participating in class. She's very punctual. She's organized and very respectful. And Mrs. Walensky says, keep up the amazing job, Britton, and that she's extremely proud of you. So congratulations to Britton. Congratulations to Elena Tapazzi. And she's nominated by her teacher, Mr. Davis. She sets a superb example every day with her enthusiasm for learning and for her focus in class each and every day. He can definitely count on her because she put forth her best effort. She does a great job working independently on all of her assignments. She goes on to say she's also one who follows direction. She's a very respectful listener, and so that's written by Mr. Davis. Congratulations, Elena. Now for our staff of the month. Our staff of the month goes out to, the first one is Mrs. Engler, and just to share a little bit about Mrs. Engler. Since the beginning of the school year, Mrs. Engler has gone out of her way to share resources with two of us and the whole third grade team. She makes an effort to always come to the room to check to make sure we don't have questions or concerns or need any help. She's very helpful. She's also, she takes time to explain things very well. And she spends numerous hours outside of school creating virtual activities and that she's willing to share with everyone. So despite the challenges that we're facing, Mrs. Engler is willing to drop what she is doing to help those who are in need, and we really appreciate all of her effort. And so that was written by Mrs. Polson and Mrs. Muller, and then Mrs. Latch adds one that this is her first year teaching third grade, and certainly Mrs. Engler took her under her wings, and she mentored her, and she appreciates her patience and her grace. So congratulations to Mrs. Engler for Staff of the Month, doing a great job being a team player and always sharing with others. And our last Staff of the Month goes out to Marcy Stone. She's from our technology support team for the district, and it goes on to say that they would like to nominate Mrs. Marcy Stone for Staff of the Month. Marcy is in our technology department, and she has worked tirelessly to make sure we are all able to use technology every day. She's very patient when asking for help, and she's even more patient when she has to explain how and why something works the way it does. She has helped so many of us with software issues, hardware issues, and anything in between. She always has a smile on her face. She's always there to help with no problem, and she has a very good attitude. She has met with staff outside of school and inside of school, outside of her work hours and during her work hours, just to help everyone with their laptops. So during this crazy technology time, Mrs. Stone is doing an amazing job. She is calm. She comes and helps out in a quick fashion. So hats off to her. And that's written by Mrs. Doyle, second grade teacher. So congratulations to all of our students and staff of the month. We are so proud of you. We thank you for all your hard work. We thank you for what you do each and every day, and we recognize you today. Thank you so much.
And on behalf of myself and Mrs. Johnson, I just wanted to thank all of you, members of the Board of Education, for all that you do for our schools, for our community, for our staff, our students. Thank you so very much. We're so appreciative. At this time, I'm going to turn over to Mr. Reese, principal over at Harvey Chamberlain Middle School. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Winter, and it's my privilege to introduce our students of the month. And these are students who consistently meet the RBC expectations of respect, responsibility, and right choices. Our first, start with our seventh graders, Meadow Kaufman. Dr. Jimenez says Meadow is a conscientious student with an upbeat personality. She is always willing to get a class discussion going by participating frequently, and she is continuing to strive to make progress with her knowledge and skills each quarter. Next, we have Niger Baxter. Mrs. Brown says Niger is one of the hardest working and dedicated seventh grade students I've had. His self-motivation is impressive, and he takes his learning seriously. All of his assignments are turned in on time, and he produces quality work. In addition, he is a positive role model in the classroom and participates frequently. Next, we have Ava Bonnet. Ava takes pride in her work and consistently challenges herself to improve. She is a role model for her peers, and that was from Mrs. Lonzak. Caden Rizzo. Caden's teachers say, Caden shows kindness and consideration for his classmates and teachers and works hard to complete his assignments. Next, we have our eighth graders. Leona Klepek. Leona is bright, cheery, and always prepared for class. Her efforts inspire her peers to get the most out of class time. That's from Mr. Davis. Next, we have Norel Nichols. Mrs. Copeland says, Norel has made incredible improvement throughout the school year. He is kind, respectful, and responsible. Cecilia Maloney. Mr. Peterson says, Cece is a wonderful, intelligent girl who always brings a thoughtful perspective to the classroom. Her friendly demeanor and caring attitude are what set her apart from her peers and what make her our choice for Student of the Month. And finally, we have Lee Sebastian Campos. Mrs. Paul writes, Lee is a responsible student that always strives to do his best in class. He cares about his efforts and is a role model for his peers. And those are our students of the month. We're very proud of them. Some highlights. The first, of course, is welcome back. With the shutdown, pause, and on-campus learning prior to break, we hadn't seen our students for 5 weeks. And I can't describe the excitement that we had on Tuesday when the buses arrived and the parent drop-offs, and to see the kids walk through the building again and seeing the teachers again. It was very exciting and just a reminder of the importance of having the human connection. And so we're very excited to see our students back. Our student government had a Spirit Week planned right before break, but then we went on the pause. So they decided to put Spirit Week on pause, but as soon as we got back, they let me know Tuesday, after they walked in the door and said hi, that we want our Spirit Week now. So we're having Spirit Week January 22nd to the 29th, which is 6 days. They wanted an extra day because the kids go every other day. So to keep it fair, we have to have 6 days, not 5 days of Spirit Week. And so what do we want to do? So for the first dress-up day, they said, well, we want pajama day. I was like, we just had pajama day for 5 weeks. Now we're having more pajama day. So, but they didn't get to wear the pajamas to school. So I guess we're having pajama day beginning January 22nd. That'll be our first Spirit Day. Very excited, our winter sports have started up yesterday. Our girls basketball team had the first games in the 7th and 8th grade. Both had double-digit victories, so I'm very excited about that. And our boys teams are playing right now in Talmadge, and hopefully they'll bring home a couple W's tonight as well. A district-wide initiative that we just had, it was called 9 Days of Wellness, and each day our students were exposed to different areas of staying healthy and well. And so I think that was a real highlight for our students, and I think it's continuing to be a focus moving forward. And one last thing I didn't put on the screen, and one of our staff members, incredible classified staff member Lisa Wolforth, was recognized by the Akron Beacon Journal and also by the Ohio Lottery Commission for her contributions to our schools. And so those are some of our highlights since I was last year. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Reese, and thank you, Mr. Winter. It's always fun to celebrate some outstanding students and, of course, outstanding programs in both of our buildings. Mrs. Davis, that concludes my superintendent's report for this evening. Thank you.
Do we have any committee reports tonight?
I have just one brief one from Cuyahoga Valley Career Center, which also recently conducted their organizational meeting for the next year. And Jackie Arndt, representing North Royalton, is now elected president. And by some mistake or something, they elected me, Rob Felber, as vice president, so I'll be representing Twinsburg in that capacity as well. Congratulations. Couple more meetings a month.
Thank you, Mr. Robert. Mr. Aho, do you have any announcements?
No, no.
All right, thank you, then we'll continue on. So, item G, action items and personnel, employment certificate. Resolved that the Twinsburg Board of Education accepts the certificated licensed personnel and or contract recommendations detailed in the attached exhibits as per the dates, terms, and other applicable conditions specified pending satisfactory ORC background checks. Employment classified, number 2. Resolved that the Twinsburg Board of Education accepts the classified personnel and or contract recommendations detailed in the attached exhibit as per the dates, terms, and other applicable conditions specified pending satisfactory ORC background checks. And item 3, employment supplemental contract. Resolved that the Twinsburg Board of Education accepts the supplemental contract recommendations detailed in the attached exhibit as per the dates, terms, and other applicable conditions specified pending satisfactory ORC background checks. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
So moved by Mr. Felber. And a second? Second. Second by Mr. Fabio. Any discussion? Hearing none, Mr. Ayo, would you call the roll, please?
Mr. Felber,
Yes.
Mrs. DeFabio,
Yes.
Mrs. Gordon,
Yes.
Mr. Curtis,
Yes.
Mrs. Davis.
Yes. All right, those items passed 5-0. Onto H, action items, new business. Number 1, donation to after-prom committee. Resolved that the Twinsburg Board of Education donates $1,500 from the board service fund to the Twinsburg High School after-prom committee. 2, donation from Verizon. Resolved that the Twinsburg Board of Education accepts a donation of 94 backpacks filled with school supplies from the Verizon authorized retailer, 2728 East Aurora Road, Suite B, Twinsburg, Ohio, 44087. The estimated value of the donation is $1,410 for the attached exhibit. Item 3, resolved that the Twinsburg Board of Education accepts the donation of 1,000 paper bags from Giant Eagle Twinsburg, 8960 Darrow Road, Twinsburg, Ohio, 44087, to be used for the distribution of materials to Twinsburg High School students learning virtually. The estimated value of the donation is $500 for the attached exhibit. Item number 4, resolved that the Twinsburg Board of Education approves the memorandum of agreement for mask dispensing vaccination sites with the Summit County Public Health as sent to the board under separate cover. Action item 5, resolved that the Twinsburg Board of Education approves an affiliation agreement between Dickinson State University and the Twinsburg City School District for 12-week internship experience for one student from the School of Education as sent to the board under separate cover. Number 6, resolved that the Twinsburg Board of Education approve a memorandum of understanding for the Ohio Online Learning Program sponsored by the Educational Service Center of Northeast Ohio for online curriculum provided by Lincoln Learning Solutions and Ingenuity on an as-needed basis. Course charges are $250 per standing semester course for grades 3 through 12, $200 per semester course for grades 8 through 2, and $185 per 0.25 credit courses. Charges are $175 for credit recovery system course, general fund expenditure as sent to the board on such cover. And 7, resolved that the Twinsburg Board of Education approves the College Credit Plus Memorandum of Understanding between Kent State University and the Twinsburg City School District for the 2021-2022 school year for the attached exhibit. Do I have a motion to these agenda items? So moved by Mrs. DeFabio, and do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Curtis. And as always, these donations are greatly appreciated. Thank you to Verizon for all the backpacks that they donated for our schools, and for Giant Eagle for the bags for the distribution of items for the virtual students. And do I have any other discussion? Okay. Hearing none, Mr. Ayo, we call the roll.
Oh, yes. With regard to the memorandum of understanding on the agenda this evening, that's a really important document for education. As you know, we have been so appreciative of Sumner County Public Health and their help with our COVID protocols here in the school district. And so this evening on the agenda, you are finding a memorandum of understanding that would provide an opportunity for Sumner County Public Health to utilize any of our 5 buildings as they plan mass vaccinations later this winter and into the spring. We are very interested in partnering with Sumner County Public Health. We know the importance of this health crisis, and anything that we can do to support the mass vaccination here in our community, I think this is a great step forward, and I appreciate your consideration of that memorandum of understanding.
Definitely, thank you for explaining that and for going into detail. Mr. Ayo, would you call the roll, please?
Mrs. DeFabio?
Yes.
Mr. Curtis?
Yes.
Mr. Felber?
Yes.
Mrs. Gordon?
Yes.
Mrs. Davis?
Yes. All right, that item passes 5-0. Does anybody have anything for Ms. Livingston?
Yeah, I do. I just want to first, again, formally congratulate my colleague, Mr. Felber, for being chosen as Vice President of the Cuyahoga Valley Career Center Board of Education. I've had the privilege and honor of serving that capacity during my time, and I know that Mr. Mangus is a pretty solid superintendent, and the staff there are just awesome to work with, and so being able to sit in that seat and be a part of the leadership and continuing on with just the great things that are going on there, I'm real happy that you're in the seat. So congratulations on that front. The other thing that I wanted to do was piggyback on some of the comments that Mrs. Davis made in her president's report with respect to Martin Luther King Jr. Day. It's particularly important given kind of the times that we're in right now. And as you alluded to, there are many quotes, speeches, and so forth and so on that are appropriate for kind of where we are today, and a lot of encouragement in terms of the way forward. But just some overarching themes with respect to some of his beliefs are justice, equality, and unity. And I think that in light of we're experiencing a transition, in our nation's president and vice president. I think it's fitting that typically for Martin Luther King Jr. Day, it's a day of action. And so that being said, I would encourage our colleagues, as well as those leaders in the community, to take heed to those overarching themes. And as you serve in your various capacities, take a step to make sure that you're doing some of these things to make our community better, our school district better, and more importantly, the society that we live in, make it better. So I just wanted to make sure that I was able to speak on that because I think that it is important. So thank you.
I just want to again thank Mr. Curtis for the kind words, and as a past president of the CBCC board, I may be calling on you. It's a different experience, and I've got 1 year into the 3-year term. 8 districts are represented, 9 people with a rotating extra seat, and not every district's dwindled. So we're seeing, see different points of view, how different districts operate, especially when we start talking COVID, and one district's doing it this way, one district's doing that. And it's just, it's refreshing and interesting to see different perspectives and to see how, the districts are facing the same challenges but maybe come at it in different ways. So, continue that board and, learning from them. It's a great group. And as you said, both, Superintendent Magus and Rick Reardon, the treasurer, are some of the, best folks I work with, just like you, Twister.
Yeah, and you both served on that board before, and it's just a big plus to have somebody from our board serving on that board, so I appreciate the work that you both have done with that.
Thank you.
Ms. Gordon, did you have something?
Yeah, I'm sorry, my record was going out. I just wanted to tag on a little bit to what Mr. Curtis said. So I think there's a lot of women and girls out there today that are cheering a little bit. And a lot of discussion on the inauguration of Vice President Harris. What I don't think there's a lot of conversation about is how recent all of this has happened. So I can tell you in my professional career, and I'm not that old, I'm 46. The first time I was invited to a corporate board was when I was 37 weeks pregnant with my daughter. And I can guarantee that I was the first woman in my corporation to be 37 weeks pregnant to get a promotion. Since then, in the last 16 years, I've seen a change in the corporate world. It's because of women stepping out, taking risks, coloring outside of the lines. And so today was a really great day, no matter where you are in a political affiliation for girls and women. It's a great opportunity to talk to your daughters, your nieces, your granddaughters, and just point out that this has happened literally in the lifetime of the adults in their lives. So it's just a good thing for all of the tigers out there. But it's a tag on to that.
Thank you, very well said, both of you. All right, so moving on, there's a need for executive session. The Board of Education enters into executive session at 7:45 to discuss the employment and compensation of public employees per Board of Education policy number 01166. Do I have a motion, please? So moved by Mr. Fabio, and a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Felber. Mr. Ailes, would you take the roll, please?
Mrs. Fabio,
Yes.
Mr. Felber,
Yes.
Mrs. Gordon,
Yes.
Mr. Curtis,
Yes.
Mrs. Davis.
Yes, and that passes 5-0. We don't expect any need for any action. We are now in executive session. Thank you.